Hello everybody, as promised this is my brief video on how to mark online essays through the ULink Blackboard module system. So you log on to the normal ULink website, ulink.uj.ac.za. You'll have to submit your username and password. You then log on to Blackboard here. Once you're in Blackboard, obviously you won't see all of this stuff. You should just have 1A, and then some of you might also have 2A. But find Politics 1A for 2018. Click on that. When you're in this module, you scroll down on the left-hand column to Assignments and click on Assignments. You then click, here's the Turnitin link. This is the one the students will all submit their essays through on the 9th of April. And the ones that have to be marked online at least have to be submitted by the 9th of April. Those are all my topics. You will also have access to all the assignment instructions. This is what the students see. They were shown how to write an essay, the essay guide, the everything possibly that they could want, including the instructions here. And to mark them, you click on View Complete. You then come into the Turnitin website. Now, if everything's working properly, it should be fine and you shouldn't see this message here. If something's down, Turnitin will always tell you when it's going to be down for maintenance. So once you're in this page, you click once on Messages and then once on Assignment Inbox. And then you'll see I'm experimenting now, so far only a few students have actually submitted to see what the essays will be like. I've already loaded one earlier, which was a tester, which is the one I'll use for all of us now. But when you go into this, the most important thing you do before anything else is click on Author. Because what Author does is it makes the whole thing alphabetical. And that's how we'll divide up the essays, whoever marks them online. So it's very important that you mark them alphabetically. Now I had tester, so I know that should be around about page 5 because it's T. And there's tester. So once you get your allotted however many you're marking, you then go to that student's name, and what you actually click on to begin the marking process is the colored block. So that could be blue or orange or green or red if it's really, really badly plagiarized. You click on it and it takes you to the actual essay submission. Okay, now the Turnitin's finished its turning around. This page has finally appeared. Now, you won't see it very well because it's actually out of your frame of reference. So I'm going to try and shift it a bit so you can see. What you will see make it smaller. What you will see basically just out of your frame of reference is this on the right hand side, which basically refers to everything you'll be looking at. Now this shows you the Turnitin percentage, the similarity report. Remember our rule that if a report similarity is between 20 and 50, the student automatically gets 25%, and that's it, final. You don't even have to mark it. If the student's similarity is above 50%, the student gets a 0 automatically and you don't mark it. If the student's similarity is 20% or below 20%, then you do have to mark it. If you still consider there to be a problem with plagiarism, then please let me know as the lecturer for the module. So that's what you look at. You can actually go in depth there if you want to see, and click on that one to see where there may be matching sources. You can look at the actual percentage there, but obviously there's nothing showing now. The next thing, these blue blocks at the top, what the first one does is it gives you quick marks or quick links to things. So in the essay, when you're marking it online, there'll be some commonly used items like awkward, this sentence is awkward, or this a citation is needed, or you're missing inverted commas, or there's a run-on sentence, or there's a spelling error, or something's vague, or you need to support this, or something like that. And what you can do is you basically drag that, click on your mouse and drag it across to the essay, drop it down, and there you can put awkward on a sentence that's awkward. And then this is what the student will read. The expression or construction is cumbersome or difficult to read. Consider rewriting. So those are quick fixes. You don't always have to use these, obviously, but it's nice and neat if you just want to pick up and drop and plop in there. This next one here is very important because this is where you're going to be providing written feedback. So normally if the student submitted a name, you'll say something like, Bongani, a neat submission, thank you. Oops. Easy fix. Always try and start off with something positive to encourage the students so that they don't want to go kill themselves or something. I know that's a flippant remark, but students really can take it seriously if the feedback is very, very rude or very bad or not constructive in any way. So try and be nice about it. If you can't be nice about it, then get straight to constructive criticism and just say something like, the essay, a good efforts, or you need to work on argumentation more, or layout, or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I'll give you an example in the Microsoft Word document that I'll attach to an email with the YouTube video is this, which is basically an idea of how to do things quickly, an essay memo. So this is the one I'll send you where you can actually just cut and paste this into that block. Errors in referencing, blah, 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 work on a polished submission, a neat submission, all these different things that you can just paste in if they apply properly. And then you'll see I'm always there. And so what you need to do, please, is when you're finished writing this, always put your initials so I know which marker marked that essay. So Brenda, you'll just put Brenda Katingu there. Ramakukle, Shezi, Ganeo, Motong, Elifa, and Kate. So please put your initials, whatever they are, at the end of the essay you've marked so I can come back to you if I need to ask you or query something with you. So the last thing you should always write is please see additional comments in the text. Now that's really what you fill out when you're finished marking it. All the way through, you start reading the thing. If you have a comment, you can click on there and then click on the speech bubble. And if the internet is working properly, it'll come up. You can add your comment here, like what about your prescribed textbook? For example, if students haven't referred to Hayward when they're talking about definitions. And then you click there like that again, and then that's copied forevermore. So you can move through the essay like that. There is a rubric section here, which is the rubric form, if it helps you. But most of the time, I would normally give an impression mark to students. At first year, it might be easier for you to just use this rubric because what it does is, if you look further down here and scroll down, you can see that planning, I've just made everything out of 10 technically, but it's weighted the correct way. So planning, you have to say under planning, has there been consideration given to a substantial introduction and conclusion, etc., etc.? Does it flow well? Is it poor? Because poor could be 2 or 0. If it's excellent, you could give it 8 out of 10. If it's brilliant, you could give it 10 out of 10. And then you can scroll down and see what technical is. Technical has all these other aspects as well. You can read these for yourselves. If it's poor, if there's no title page, remember for my students, they are not allowed to submit a departmental cover page because it'll pick up too high on similarity. So they just can begin with their title page. If everything's perfect or just a little bit off, they could get maybe that out of 10. And let's say their content's okay, and you give them 6 out of 10 in your head, the average mark. Then basically the student would get 6.8 out of 10, and then at the top, you must write in the mark here, you type it in yourself, 68 and click so that it's recorded forever. So you can use that, or if you want to, you can just say 68 and apply to grade. Oh, it doesn't want to work today. That's why I remember you just always try and fill it in. You should be able to apply to grade and it should go up there at the top, but if it doesn't, you can type in the correct grade for yourself. Then another easy thing to do is when the essay starts, to stop yourself getting stuck in fixing grammatical errors or sentence construction, go to this one already, ETS, and click on that so it enables the Grammarator. Okay, so this one can't because it's not sufficient in terms of how much I've written in there. But you could do this with other essays. If you click on that, what it does is it highlights all the problems for you. So any grammar errors or spelling errors or anything like that with tenses are all picked up, and you can actually just start looking really at the content as you start marking it. So when you're finished and you've filled in your rubric there and you've filled in your feedback section here under this section, then you click to make sure it's fine, and then you exit out of it, and then straight away you'll see that there is no mark allotted to this. So you have to basically go to a different page quickly. I'm clicking page 4 now, and then click back on page 5 just so the system can update itself, and then you'll see that suddenly there's a mark there, and that's the final mark you give them. So thanks very much for listening to this very, very brief video. I hope I've explained it properly. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to email me about it or phone me about it or WhatsApp me about it. And just to be sure that you have access to the essay memo, I'll also give you the essay guide to refresh your memories about how we do essays, as well as the list of essay topics, because they have to get the essay topic exactly right. If they don't include a case study, that's technically 50% incorrect because they've missed out half the assigned topic. I'll also send you the instructions. Remember that for essays, it's only first year, but we do expect students to at least supply a kind of coherent contents page where there are definitions or concepts that are explained in the beginning of the essay, then that there's some kind of case study or argumentation or comparative cases discussed, and then a conclusion where they sum up and provide some kind of final argument. They must also have a bibliography. If there's no bibliography attached at all, then technical is immediately 0 out of 10 for technical. If there's no contents page, 0 out of 10 for planning. And then the content which weighs the most, if it's missing theory or concepts in any way, then they can't really get more than 60% for that essay, because that's the skeleton or framework that they should be applying the case study against, as you know. So those are just some brief generic ideas, and as I said before, please feel free to get hold of me if you have any problems about this. Once again, thanks very much, guys. Please keep a record of your marks and how many essays you've marked. Thank you.